Did the Super Bowl end the Drake Maye, Jayden Daniels debate?
No.
For reasonable people.
But,
Not talking about like the shouty shows and everything.
But whether it's shouty shows, reasonable people or not, you're going to have fans of Drake and fans of Jayden going to always have a competition. Like the little text thread we do, the chat. Most of those guys are Commanders fans. But they had stuff going on there, and I'm like, what the hell, you know? Like, Jayden did go to the NFC Championship game in his rookie season. Drake went to the Super Bowl in his second season. I would say overall in the playoffs, Jayden produced much better.
Yeah, his playoff run.
Well, but he went to the Super Bowl, though. You know, it's going to that's human nature this day and age. People can agree, and they're going to still find a way to argue.
Agreed with that. I think it was interesting. So Grant and Danny have Jay Gruden on, I think, every week. And I saw this through the 106.7 The Fan Instagram page yesterday. They had Jay on yesterday and asked him, 2 years in, if there was a redraft, how would you stack them up?
Mm-hmm.
And Gruden was like, listen, I know he missed a bunch of time this year, but it's still Jayden. He's like, I would take Jayden 1, Caleb 2, Drake 3, Nix 4. And I think a lot of football people feel that way. And I think if you want to say you got long-term injury questions for Jayden because of this year, you could say that.
Yeah.
The first year he didn't miss time. This year he missed a lot of time. I also think
but
if they weren't terrible this year, they wouldn't have shut him down to end the season.
Totally. And I just think, but those type of questions are asked because you expect a certain answer, then you get the different answer, then you try to find ways to justify what you think anyway. So it doesn't make a difference what a person answers or what a person says. It comes down to what the individual thinks inside. And they're going to try to promote that anyway. You and I have heard people discuss those topics, those two guys, throughout this whole time, and for 2 years now. And there are people, they can look at the same information you and I look at, okay? Or the people that look at this stuff on a daily basis. I don't look at those numbers all the time. I'm not trying to study all that crap. I go with my eye test. My eye test tell me what I need to see. But you'll see guys look at the exact stuff and come up with an answer. You go like, how the hell did you get that? You know where it come from? Because that's what they want to believe.
Yeah, I mean, some of it is just the need for content, right? Some of it is just a straight-up content gameplay, right? It's just stir the pot, make people pay attention.
You know, if you're truthful about a lot of stuff, I promise you that'll bring as much content as anything else. Because most people are just not truthful. Most people lie about everything. Then when you come truthful, you sound different. You know what I'm saying? So the whole thing of it is, I get tired of people that are just saying stuff when I automatically know you're doing it for a particular reason. Well, if it's truly what you believe, I'll follow you to the end of the world. But if you're just doing it just to get a rise, I will turn you off and give you the one-finger salute in a heartbeat.
Well, it's also like we are now at a place I think most people can just be reasonable and look at this 2024 quarterback draft class and say, damn, the class is loaded.
That's what I'm looking at.
To try to draw any conclusions 2 years in, probably pretty silly.
They all can be.
Because Elway and Marino were in the same class, and Marino was the best for a long time. And then Elway finally breaks through, wins 2 Super Bowls late in his career. How do we stack all that up?
I'll tell you this.
There's a lot of football left in this conversation.
Elway won 2 Super Bowls, but people will tell you that Marino was the best quarterback still as a true passer. Now, Elway was the better athlete. But when you come to true passer, Elway wasn't even in the same – he had a strong arm. He was a pitcher. He was a baseball player.
Yeah.
But when it comes to passing a football, he's not in the same category as a Marino. But you understand one was greater than one thing and one was greater than another thing. But the Super Bowl winning is not about just the quarterback. It's about the team.
I just think to start any sort of declarative structure with how these quarterbacks stack up is silly because they're all in their young 20s and they played 2 years of football, right? Mm-hmm. Statistically, if you want straight stats, because we did on all ears maybe 2 weeks ago, we just lined all 4 of them up and kind of broke the numbers down. Nix's numbers are way better than anybody's because he started both years, has largely been healthy, and was pretty good both seasons. He didn't have the highs any of them have had, but he was pretty good both years. Jayden, I think, has had the highest performance last year. Certainly Jayden's had the highest playoff performance last year. Drake May's regular season this year was phenomenal. He was one vote short of an MVP award. He was really a fantastic player. Now, they also didn't have to do too much. Like, if you look at the statistics and stuff, like, I don't think he had a 300-yard passing game until, like, week 15 or something. But, like, you look at Caleb Williams, his flashes of brilliance are the highest of any of them.
But he has some inconsistency.
Absolutely. But so, that's all I'm saying. Like, there's so much to try to take from it all.
The thing that I discuss on a regular basis, and I hope it just eventually gets into most people, a young guy, year one, year two, they're not doing everything right. No matter how good they are still learning how to be a professional athlete at this level. And that position, they really have a lot of stuff on their plate. So to even sit up here and try to act like they're a finished product, that's ridiculous. I think, but the ultimate thing is, what's wrong with all of them being good? See, people have to prove what they thought first was right.
Right.
And I think that's a bunch of BS. The whole thing about it is, you can say, well, I think he's damn good, but that person is good as well. But people don't do that, because then it takes away from them being able to have that same conversation all the time. You know, it gets to a point where I think topics have to just stop and move on. Like you can't live about what happened yesterday all the time. Eventually, you get to a damn point that topic no longer has any more credence. Just move past it. But most people don't have that ability to move on to something else.
Totally. It is like this need to validate my take was correct is kind of silly. It's probably mostly silly, actually.
Okay, I'll go with a quarterback who's been around for a while. Sam Darnold. Okay? I thought what I thought about him, but I changed after watching him in the damn playoffs. I thought what I felt about Josh Allen. I changed when I saw certain things happening. The more information you get, the better your answers and output should be. If you get all the information that people can get and you stay with the same dumb stuff that you thought before, then you're not listening to nobody but yourself.
Sadly, social media has created like a world full of echo chambers, and I think like trying to engage in a real debate about Caleb and Drake and Jayden at this stage, who's the best, is largely screaming into a cave and hearing your own tune back. You know what I mean? Like, if you feel the need to validate what you thought of that draft class going in, like, terrific. All three of those dudes, and Nix too, all four of those guys have shown really, really high ceilings. And that, I mean, dude, of all four of those quarterbacks, I don't think there's any doubt with any of them that the organization got a franchise guy.
They made the right choice.
You know how hard that is to do?
Yeah. I mean, listen, bro. Four quarterbacks drafted in one draft. Okay?
6?
No, I'm talking about 4 that are really good at this point. Okay, even Penix has shown some stuff. But, okay, I'll go with 6 of them.
I was surprised. Penix seemed to take a step back this year when I expected it to go the other way. And he got hurt again.
Yeah.
He's had so
many
injuries.
That's his problem, the injury. But
and JJ,
when you look at 4 of them, what is that? 4 of the 32, that's 12.5%, something like that?
4 of 32, yes, but also 4 of the top 12.
But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
4 in one draft, 12.5% of the quarterbacks. So now, it's only about 12 good ones, really, in the league. All 32 aren't good. So I'm going to go 16. I get half of them. 25% of them was drafted in one draft. 25% of the real good ones. And why can't you look at that and say thank you? Because there are teams that's been looking for a quarterback for 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, and haven't found one. But 4 teams found a quarterback in one damn year.
Dude, let's just run through the divisions. Dolphins would love to have any of these 4. Jets would love to have any of these 4.
Jets would take me and you right now.
Steelers would love to have any of these 4. The Browns would love to have any of these 4. The Colts, maybe they think Danny Dimes is their guy.
They still would take any of those 4 over Danny Dimes.
Would Houston want one of these 4 over Stroud?
After last after this week in the playoffs, 2 weeks in the playoffs, yes, they probably would.
I mean, dude, you could keep going. The Raiders would pay American currency for any of these dudes. The Giants maybe think they've got their guy in Dart.
But they probably will still take one of those 4 over him.
I bet Minnesota wouldn't mind one of these 4 instead of JJ. The exercise is just an example. Arizona would love to have one of these 4 instead of Kyler in that giant contract. Like, I don't think the Super Bowl ends the Drake Maye, Jayden Daniels debate for those still interested in the Drake Maye, Jayden Daniels debate.
No.
I just don't know that there needs to be significant interest in it. Like, Maye had a phenomenal regular season and a
I'm
really
100%
poor
with
playoff
you.
run.
We don't need to bring it up ever again.
A really poor playoff run. Like, New England won during the regular season a lot of times on the back of Drake Maye. In the playoffs, their defense carried them. Washington, in their run, Jayden's rookie year, won because of Jayden in the regular season and in the playoffs. So I don't think we need to continue to try to hunt down this comparison. And I think there's a bunch of good quarterbacks from that draft, and we get to keep watching them as their careers continue.
There you go.